Hey guys, what's up? And if my dogs start barking, I apologize. Somebody like just knocked on the door or something, so they're freaking out. I couldn't tell if it was a solicitor or not. But she had rang the doorbell like literally like a minute ago, and I'm like, I can't, even if I wanted to, I can't answer the door right now. Gonna do something. Hey, Francesca. How are you? I'm good. Just been busy. A little bit stressed out, but that's life, I guess. How have you been? My mouse pad's getting dirty. Does anyone know if you can wash mouse pads? Hold on, now Anna's texting me. She's like, who keeps ringing our doorbell? I don't even know. I don't think anyone's at our door right now. No. I didn't even hear. If she rang the doorbell before, I didn't hear it. I think she only rang it one time. F a bunch of work. Oh, I know. Yeah, ditto. Hey, what's up, Shania? Okay. Of course, like, when I get someone who knocks on the door and or rings the doorbell and drives the dogs berserk, it's literally the minute before I stream. People in the municipal decided to put a festival in our neighborhood. Oh, fun. Oh, I would have a fit. I don't know about all that. See, a dream place for me to live would be somewhere in the mountains and not have any neighbors at all. Like, that's my dream place. Like, not, like, preferably not a neighbor within miles. After Effects are a pain in the ass. Do you use After Effects? What do you use After Effects for? Yeah, that's what I thought it was. What do you use that for? Without asking the people in this sector? I don't know what you mean by that, but, yeah, I don't know about that. Having a festival, like, right near our house. I'll send out positive vibes for you. If I prayed, I would, but I'll just send out positive vibes. Hopefully the festival isn't, like, super crazy. Animation class? Oh, that's cool. I always kind of wanted to learn stuff like that, but I would just rather teach myself. I don't really do well with other people teaching me how to do things. I am surprised that I not only went to college, but I finished college. It just really deterred me from the career that I wanted for a long time, though, I think, because like my whole career was dedicated, or not my career, but my whole education was dedicated to it. So just nonstop people telling me how to do things and like all that. No. It really like just turned me away from it. My neighborhood is low key, and now I have 3 months of notice is terrible because we have kids that go to school. Oh no. Is it during the week, or is it on a weekend at least? So is Premiere Pro. Which one is I'm trying to think the one that's the less pain of an ass to use, because I've heard of both of them, and I don't remember which one is more of a pain in the ass. It's kind of like PC versus Mac. Like, some people are PC and some people are Mac. Is After Effects to Premiere Pro. It's just been a stressful day, let me tell you, and I almost lost it. I almost flipped shit on this guy over the phone, because I called the doctor's office to try to make an appointment, and it was a whole big spiel, so I won't go, like, super into it. But I called, and he's like, you're not even a patient, and I'm like, no shit. And I was like, I'm trying to become a patient because my one doctor referred me for you guys, or like whatever. Like, my one doctor set everything up, and I'm like calling because I need to get that set up, like make an appointment. And he's like, but you're not a patient. And I'm like, I don't know how else to tell this guy. And then he started getting an attitude with me, and then I'm like, no. And so usually, I'll tell you, if people get an attitude with me, I'll just hang up. He's lucky that I had enough strength in me to just say thank you and hang up before just like flat out hanging up on him. I don't know why, like, some people feel like they need to just be rude to others, especially over the phone, I feel like. And so I'm like, I'm sorry that you're not comprehending what I'm trying to do, but like, you giving me an attitude and being rude to me isn't like gonna help anyone out here. So I try to call my one doctor back, and so I'm waiting on my actual doctor to call me back. It's pretty crazy. It's been a stressful day, let me tell you. Stressed out. I took a shot. I took a shot of bourbon, like, right after that call. Because I think Anna was home right after that. And then I told her, well, she was home, like, while in that phone call or whatever. And, like, my whole facial expressions to Anna, like, while I'm on this phone call, I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? And then after that phone call, and I'm like, I need a shot. And normally, like, I don't hardly drink anymore. Like, I sometimes get a beer, like, whenever we go out to a restaurant, but that's, like, once a week, once every 2 weeks or something, but, whew, I get so mad sometimes. Like, my thing is if you piss me off, if you, like, because I get irritated, but I don't really get pissed off, so if you push me to the point where I get pissed off, I have to, if I'm with you, like, face to face, I have to walk away. But if it's like over the phone or anything like that, I just have to end it before I just go fucking crazy. And so, like, my nerves were like just going nuts. And then I'm like, I have to have a shot because I'm going to flip shit on other people who don't deserve it. Because I was still, like, I had just finished work, but, like, there was some other things that were going on. And then I had to call the other doctor, and I'm like, I'll just have to have them call me back because I don't want to I don't want to flip shit on on other people because one dude was being a jackass. Anyway, that was a fun part of my day. At least a little bit of my day. But whew. Every single day from 6 to 23. Oh, are you talking about 2300? Is that what you mean? It sucks that my dog is going crazy. Dude, my dogs were going nuts just a minute ago because someone was knocking and ringing the doorbell. Freaking crazy lady. I think she was, the only thing I can think of is that she was a solicitor. Because I'm like, my first instinct is solicitor. My second instinct are all of my dogs in my house right now, because we have one dog that loves to escape. And so a lot of people will, like, they kind of just know and will either come to our door or will call us or whatever. But so I'm like, no, all of the dogs are in the house. So it must be a solicitor. And then, like, I don't know. I think After Effects is more of a pain in the ass. Oh, okay. I don't use either one of them. I looked into using them for, like, future stuff or whatever, but I'm like, I don't think I really want to do any of that, at least not yet. Not in the near future. In the clinic, we have now COVID era online receptionist, and is chaos. We get complaints from the patients. Oh man. Yeah. No. Can I tell you another thing too? Friday, was it Friday? I don't know, it was some point last week, and I feel like it was Friday. It was either Thursday or Friday, and I called one. There's so many, because we're, like, in the process of having like, going through the fertility process. There's, like, so many doctors that we have to have, so that's why. And so there's another doctor that I had to get set up through for an appointment for, like, lab results and stuff, right? And so I called them, and they don't, like, you can't get a person. It's all automatic, which automatically pisses me off. Because I would rather speak to a person than a computer. And so I was trying to get my appointment set up, and the guy's like, say yes if this time is good for you. And I said yes, and he's like, I'm sorry, did you say no? I'm like, no, I said yes. And then, like, I had to repeat myself several times. I was getting very frustrated. I was, like, yelling at the automated thing, like, yes, so many times. And then the last time, I think it was funny. So the last time I'm like, you're fucking pissing me off, and I'm, like, cussing at this automated message, and then he's like, thank you for calling blah blah office, and he's like, blah blah blah, thank you, goodbye, and hangs up on me. And I was like, I wonder if the automatic thing hangs up on you if you start cussing at it. Because I repeated myself several times, and he was perfectly fine. But it was the time when I just lashed out and started cussing at him, and then he's like, thank you for calling blah 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 office, goodbye. I'm like, oh, okay. I can't wait till we're done with all these freaking doctors' offices, man. They are the worst. Like, it's weird because anytime that Anna has anything done, she has no issues. Everything she needs done, it gets done. Somebody says, I'll call you here in a little bit. They call her back. Me, no. They are like, we'll call you. 2 days later, nothing. And then I have to call them. And it's this whole thing. Medical attention has changed in COVID era because we can't have that many staff in the clinic. Oh. Yeah, but, like, I feel like I feel like you should have at least like a person who answers the phone, at least somewhere. Like, then have that person work from home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me, because I was in the staffing industry for so long, you can't tell me, because I know, I've seen it, that there are positions out there for people that can work from home as like a medical receptionist, so to speak. And so, like, have one of those. I need a person to talk to. I don't want to talk to an automated service, because then I don't even know if I'm doing anything. Like, I don't know if I'm doing it right. You know? So that's another thing, too. In Chile, they tape and save the calls for security of the staff and patients. If they saved my phone call of me cussing out the automated message, I might be in trouble. But, I mean, I didn't, like, it wasn't threatening or anything. I'm just like, you motherfucker, you pissing me off. Like, that's all I said, so. We have online receptionists, not a machine. Don't get mad at me. I'm not mad at you. I get mad at the automated message systems or whatever. Because I want to talk to a person. So I feel like I get more reassurance and, like, I don't know. Like, I guess just reassurance that my stuff is going to get done. And because I don't want to show up to the medical offices and then them be like, why are you here? And then I'm like, because I made an appointment. I don't know. Does anyone else have those issues? I used to never, like, we never really went to the doctors at all. So this is really like a change for us, because, I mean, knock on wood, like, the only time when I've gotten sick is sinus related. I've never had a cold. I've never had the flu, or anything like that. So, like, I never really I went to the doctor once a year, and that was for a sinus infection. Like, that's pretty much what it is. I would go to the doctor's office once a year because I would end up getting a sinus infection. So, all of these doctor's visits and, like, appointments and everything like that, it's not fun. Not fun. Mainly because, like, just making the issue of making the appointments is a big pain in the ass. Like, not even the appointments themselves. It's funny because the appointments themselves, like, we'll go in and we'll have, like, maybe a 5-minute conversation with the doctor, and then the appointment's done. And I'm like, why can't we just get more shit done in one appointment? I wish, you know what, too, I wish they would just, like, combine a bunch of the appointments into one appointment. Because it's driving me nuts. Because I swear, one appointment, he'll say something, and then he'll be like, okay, I'll see you at our next appointment, and then we'll talk about this. And then I'm like, can we not talk about that right now? Like, I understand that some of them, it makes sense for some of the appointments, because, like, we need to get the lab work done, / blood work, or, like, something needs to get done in order for us to, like, go to the next step or, like, talk about the next steps. But for the most part, like, a couple of these appointments can just be meshed into one. Also, the number of patients we can have is restricted. Should watch Reacher on Amazon Prime. I've heard of it. You know what I'm watching right now? I have binge watched, because I have it on my TV right now. I am on season 1, episode 5 of Elite right now. I want to react to season 5 when it comes out next month. So I'm like, well, I need to binge watch the first 4 seasons. So I'm watching Elite right now. But I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited for Bridgerton. Can't wait for Bridgerton comes out. The trailer reaction comes out tomorrow. I'm super excited about it. We only have 3 more days. Hey, babes. Are you guys busy right now? I mean, you are probably in a slow moment since you're in here. We can't see more than 15 people a day because of health of the staff and the next day patients. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Well, I wonder if that's how, like, most doctors' offices are. Hey, Poppy Pop-Tart Obsession. I love Pop-Tarts, too. I don't eat them that much, though, because they got a lot of sugar in them. Speaking of, this whole sugar-free month is killing me. We only have 9 more days. I like season 4 of Elite because of Rebecca and Mencia. Well, we haven't even gotten to those characters yet, at least from where I'm at, which is, like I said, season 1, episode 5. So no spoilers, please. This one character that's in season 1 is a little bit of a hoe. She's a little bit of a hoe. And I think she's supposed to be good, like a good character, like a nice character, I guess. But I'm like, she a hoe. Like, she just sleeping with everybody. I think, like, you're supposed to like the character, but I'm like, I don't really like the character. So now people have to wait, like, 2 months for specialists. Well, I know for us, like, anytime that we make an appointment for anything, we basically have to be referred. It's funny because luckily, so, like, our gynecologist, we made an appointment with, but then our fertility doctor, we had to get a referral from the gynecologist. So we had our gynecologist refer us to the fertility doctor, and then the fertility doctor to these special, like, lab and blood work people. We have to get referrals from the fertility doctors. And then I'm like, like, you can't do anything without being referred. Would you believe there is an Eggo flavored Pop-Tart? I think I've seen that somewhere. I would love that, though, because I love Eggos. My favorite Pop-Tart is the Hot Fudge Sundae Pop-Tart. Haven't watched Bridgerton. Is it good or not? Yes. It's very good. Very, very good. What's up, Mikey? It's very binge-worthy, for sure. I don't think there's anyone that's gay in it, though. I don't think so. I don't think there's any gayness in it, but it's a very good show. What is Eggos? The waffles, the frozen waffles. I used to eat those all the time. And pretty recently, too. Like, I would have, like, 2, but just the Eggos. Like, I wouldn't even put maple syrup on them, butter, nothing. Nada. I would just, well, we don't have a toaster, so I would just put them in the oven for a few minutes to toast them up and then just eat them straight like that. Talking about pregnancy is a little ironic for me today. Why so? Don't have Eggos? Do you not have Eggos where you're at? They're pretty good. They're frozen. They're just frozen waffles. But they're pretty good. Did you watch the In From the Cold trailer I sent you on Twitter? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I will. I will watch it and then I'll tweet you back. It's been really hectic. Like, I haven't really been on Twitter that much either. Because work's been a little crazy. I saw that you tweeted it to me. But then, like, even this weekend, so I didn't do anything Evil QK this weekend because I was helping out Anna doing some stuff. Because she quit her job and is starting her business stuff. So I was helping her this weekend do a bunch of stuff for that. So, and then not only that, but my work stuff has been a little bit hectic too. But I will watch it. I'll try to watch it tonight and tweet you back. So I'll tweet you back. It takes me a little bit, but I do watch the stuff that you send me. It just takes me a little bit. Side gay character, the guy that is friends with brother 2. I don't remember. See, I think it's been a long time for Bridgerton, maybe. If you're talking about Bridgerton. His Dark Materials on HBO Max is Bridgerton meets X-Men, but the X-Men are actually women. I'll have to watch it. Is that newer? Is that a newer show? Or is that older? Lego My Ego. Yep. My class was talking about pregnancy today. Oh. I thought you were going to say something else. But yeah, just doing the whole IVF process thing is, we haven't even started the IVF process thing yet. We are just we're like into the pre-IVF process. We're about to hit IVF process, but we're in pre-IVF process right now. Yeah, tweet me back when you do. Also, the creator of it retweeted it. I saw that. I did see that because whenever you tweeted it to me, I didn't see it immediately because I was like, I didn't even use my phone all weekend either. So you tweeted it to me, and then whenever I saw it, it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, and I saw that the creator of it retweeted it. So good for you. Good for me too, because that makes me look good. I was like, what? That's crazy. I did have Hulu tweet me back, but I don't know. Like one time I had Hulu, they didn't retweet me. Well, I acted them, but they responded. So that's about as much excitement of like something like that has happened to me. I would watch Bridgerton because Nicola Coughlan, I think that's how, I don't know if that's how you say her last name or not, is so funny in Dairy Girls. Yeah, she's great. She's great in Bridgerton. Her main character, is not really, comedic, but, she has some, comedic scene, lines or whatever, but it's pretty much, kind of serious. A little bit. I don't know how to describe her character in there. She's great, though. Dairy Girls is so freaking good. I think if you like Nicola Coughlan, if that's how you say her name, you would love Bridgerton. She's just phenomenal in it. Where is Dairy Girls at? Because I've seen one of her scenes on. Was she gay in Dairy Girls? Because I want to say, I can't remember if it was that show or not, where I saw a scene where she said something about lesbian, hold on, I'm trying to remember what she said. Oh, crap, because one of the girls was, said something about, do they even allow short girls in the gay club or something like that? And then she's like, no, we're allowed. And then she goes as far as I'm aware. But I probably just butchered that whole scene that she was in. Because I mean, it was so funny. And, like, I remembered it, but I just don't remember the specifics of it. YouTube congratulates me when you like my comments. Does it really? I didn't know it does that. I try to like comments as much as possible. But other than, like, whenever I go and, like, upload stuff onto YouTube and everything like that, all I have time for is, like, hitting upload, and then I'm like doing something else because I multitask hardcore. So anytime I can, I try to look at comments. But it's not that often. I mean, it's often, but it's not as often as what I would like it to be. Yes, she is gay. Okay, so that is the show I'm thinking of. Yeah, exactly. Good for you and me. I mean, Adam Glass is such an icon in the film and TV world. I know I moaned about Supernatural being on your way, being on for way too long, but still wouldn't tweet that to him. Wait, hold on. I gotta reread that. Holy shit, I cannot talk today. I know I moaned about Supernatural being on for way too long, but still wouldn't tweet that to him. Oh, is he? I didn't know he was the creator of Supernatural. Or one of them, or a part of it, or whatever. And the last season is now coming, so... Wait. And the last season is now coming. It's so good, the show. Dairy Girls is a smart and funny show. I'll have to check it out. There's so many shows you guys recommend to me, and I'm like, I try to either remember it or put it on a list, so then I'm like, do I react to this or watch it my personal time? It's hard, because there's so many shows that you guys refer me to watch. Which is a good thing. I mean, I would prefer you guys to give me recommendations than not. Because I hate it when I want to watch TV and then I'm like, what's even on? And then, but sometimes I'll go back and just rewatch some of the shows that I just absolutely loved when, like, I do want to watch a new show. But sometimes it's hard to commit to a new show. You know? Luckily, whenever I started Elite, I'm like, well, it's mainly because I had to commit myself. Because I'm like, I want to react to the new season of Elite coming out actually, it's like, what, like 2 weeks? Less than 2 weeks? Because I think it comes out April 8th? Yeah, it comes out April 8th, so I'm like, I want to react to the new season coming out, which means I have to watch 4 seasons by then. So, it's a lot. I just started this one today too, Elite. So I'm already on episode 5. I'm like more than halfway done with this episode. So I'm not even done with the episode. I started it and then I like am streaming. So I'll finish it whenever I'm done streaming. It's not a teen angst show. It reminds me of my teen years because I was in an all-girls school. That must be so, like, is that interesting? Like, I would want to know how a private, because I went to public school. I've been to some just broad ranges of schools, but they were all public schools because we were broke. So I always wanted to know what like private schools were like, or boarding schools, or anything like that, other than like watching it from a show. Like, are they more fun? Is it more stressful? Is it, I don't know, like, is it just, I don't know. I want to learn more about it. Because I guess it's just because I didn't have all of those different experiences. Anna went to some, technically it was a private school, I guess. She went to like 1 or 2 private schools or something. They weren't just public schools. I just don't know if I would consider them private schools. Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, so I can't wait for Bridgerton. I already know, like, I'm probably gonna binge watch the shit out of Bridgerton. I'm just thinking about my schedule this weekend, and I'm like, what can I move around so that I can be able to binge watch it? I'm sorry. They're barking again. Let me just make sure that no one's standing at the door. No? There's no one at the door. He might just, there might be a squirrel or something that he's freaking out about. Hey, what's up? I'm Wanda's new microwave. But yeah, I'm excited about Bridgerton. Which one? I'm trying to think. There's Gentleman Jack. I can't wait for that one too. That one's been a hot minute. I think the one I'm very most excited about though is I want Warrior Nun back, and they haven't come out with the release date for it yet, but it's like it says sometime in June. So is what like we're expecting to see it. I know I would binge watch the shit out of Warrior Nun, because that's so far like the one I think I'm most excited for is Warrior Nun. But I'm also really excited about Gentleman Jack. I'm excited about The Wilds because it's been I think it'll be 1.5 years by the time that we got 2.5 years, I think, actually. 2.5 years since The Wilds. I'm gonna try to do Stranger Things. But I haven't seen any Stranger Things. The Boys will be good. Resident Evil, I'm hoping it's gonna be good and not shitty. Because Resident Evil stuff has just, other than the video games, I'm hoping that the show will be good and not shitty. And then, of course, Motherland, Fort Salem, Jenny and Georgia, all of those. I can't wait for. I went to 3 private schools, so it is so intense, like really intense on grades. I probably wouldn't have been good at that. I was smart. I wasn't like a genius by any means. I was smart, but it was if I wanted to. My thing is, I'm smart about it if I like it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to put any time or effort into it at all. And so I had to kind of force myself to be interested in the different topics, and it's hard to do that with like geometry. So, like history, anything history, was in love with history. I was in advanced history classes, advanced English classes. I was in advanced Spanish classes, which now I can... I was in like 4 years of Spanish classes and can't speak it. I can barely like understand it. Lex is trying to talk. Lex! But like anything else, I wasn't science, math, Nope. Wasn't really interested in any of those. Hold on. She's trying to talk to me. Give me a second. What? 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 I love you. Can you be quiet? I love you. Can you be quiet? Goodbye. Goodbye, I love you. I thought she was going to tell me no. Usually when I tell her to be quiet, she's like, no. It was so funny. She did that to Anna the other day. She didn't say no, but she, we woke up, I think it was like Saturday. It was Saturday or Sunday, and the dogs were ready to go outside, and we woke up, and then she was standing at the door, and she was like, meow, 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 meow. And then we're like, what the hell are you doing? Oh, come on. Must have seen his name come up at start of episodes of Supernatural for the first 6 seasons. Writer and executive producer, among other stuff, his name has come up speaking about it. But I watched those shows when it aired for those first, like, I've seen the first 7 seasons when they aired, which is a long ass time ago. I'm not going to remember, like, the names that come up in the, like, the intro or anything like that. I don't know the names of the intros for shows now. Didn't the Wilds get canceled? No, They have I'm trying to think, do they actually have a release date? Yeah, they have a release date for May 6th. It never got canceled. It got renewed, like, pretty much right away after the first season came out. It's just COVID had hit, like, either during production or, like, right before production was supposed to hit, so everything got delayed for the Wilds. But it's coming, the season 2 is coming out May 6th. I have no idea what Bridgerton is. It's on Netflix. Go and watch it. It's amazing. Season 2 comes out in 3 days. It's very good. It's quite sexual, though. I mean, it's not, like, crazy sexual, because I've seen some crazy sexual shows, but just letting you know there's some of that stuff in there. Just to give you a heads up. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but for the show doesn't have Jill, which I didn't like, but I don't know if we're talking about the same one. I don't know what show you're talking about. Never mind, I was wrong about the Wilds. Yeah. Hello. Since 7 till 11 years, I went to a girls school, then 12 to 16 went to an all-girls Catholic school, and then 17 to 18 was sent to Buenos Aires to my grandparents, since I was gay, to a boarding school. You know, it's ridiculous. I was thinking about that earlier. Was it earlier today or yesterday? Probably both. Probably every single day. I'm thinking about how people look at me different or talk to me different, or just, I sense it. They could not actually be different, but I sense it, that they're different to me because I'm gay. Like, I feel like anytime when I'm talking to someone, it's good, it's like we're communicating, whatever, but as soon as, like, they either find out I'm gay, or I tell them I'm gay, or, like, whatever, the dynamic shifts, and then it's weird. And the only people that aren't like that are other gay people, or other people a part of the LGBT community. Those are the only people that I feel like are not any different. Or at least my brain doesn't think that they're any different. Because I've had a couple of different friends, like, after coming out, I've had different friends that I hung out with that are a part of the LGBTQ community, and we're all like buddy buddies, and we don't give a shit that we're gay, obviously. So we'll just hang out and talk or not talk or like whatever. But I don't know, especially just lately, because I was talking to some coworkers today, and like anytime I mention it, because I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to hide the fact that I'm gay. I hid that for way too long. So, like, I'm just openly, like, you would talk about your, like, a straight person would talk about their significant other is about as much as I talk about my significant other. And whenever I do that, anytime I do, I feel like people's, like, things change. Either in a good way or a bad way. Like, it doesn't have to be in a bad way. But I just don't want to be treated differently in general. So, it always just kind of sucks. Like, why does someone's sexual orientation have to be treated any different? I just don't understand that. I think I got it mixed up with something else. Gotcha. I don't know what got canceled. That maybe you mixed it up with. I don't know. Resident Evil? What about Resident Evil? I'm excited about it. I'm just hoping that it's not going to be shitty. I also know that Netflix is doing a live action of Assassin's Creed, and I'm hoping that's not going to be shitty because there's an Assassin's Creed movie and it was not good at all. So, I'm a little bit worried about it. I get it. It's like they treat you like you are not a girl, so they see you different or talk to you different. I get it. I don't know. Like, especially my best friends that I had in high school, whenever I came out to them later on, completely different. Well, now we don't talk at all. Like, at all. I think mainly it's just because it's, like, the whole typical thing of, like, friends, grow apart, that whole thing. But, not only that, but we moved away, so not only did we literally grew apart. So, I don't think they even live in that same state anymore. Sometimes my mom will, like, tell me some stuff about them, because I don't have Facebook or anything. And my mom will tell me, she's like, did you know that your friend now lives in, like, such and such state and, like, has, like, 3 kids now? And I'm like, no. I'm like, it's still crazy to me how my friends from high school have multiple children, and I'm like, it's weird. And Anna and I were just talking about that the other day, and we're like, I'm 27, and Anna she's 27, but she's going to be 28 soon. And so we were like, we're like, how crazy is it that, like, if you really honestly think about it, your friends all of our friends that we know have children that are the same age as us, if not younger than us. And I'm like, it's still crazy to me because I feel like it was a week ago when I was still in high school. And that was 10 years ago. Like, it doesn't, like, it's just, it's weird. Because I'm like, in some countries or, like, different time periods or whatever, if you were, like, as soon as if you were female, as soon as you started your period, boom, like, okay, you best get married and, like, start popping out babies. And, like, if that were the case, I would be having, like, I would have a 13-year-old by now, if that were me. And holy shit. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, my mom, whenever she was my age, she had 2 kids and was pregnant with another kid. I think she was pregnant. Yeah, she was pregnant at my age with her 3rd kid. And it's still, I'm like, but we're still babies. I'm like, dude, you know what my sister did the other day too? She, so I have 3 other siblings. I'm the oldest, so it's me, my sister who is 24, my brother who just turned 19 yesterday, And then my littlest sister, who's 13. My littlest sister, we were talking about something. We were not even on the subject. And then she was just like, aren't you like 30 now? And I'm like, bitch. I'm like, did she really just say that? I was like, no, I'm not fucking 30. But I'm like, that's weird. It's weird to me because I still feel like it was like a week ago when I was in high school. But it was 10 years ago. Meanwhile, like, I have hip problems and my knee has been acting up and I'm like, I'm so old. Not that 27 is old. I don't think 27 is old at all, but it's just so funny. And like, I'm slowly not getting carded at like different restaurants and bars and stuff. And I'm like, jeez, man. A lot of our friends are like way younger than us too. Well, not like way younger because that sounds weird. Our roommate just turned 21 almost a month ago, and then some of our other friends are like 22 or something like that. So we're like 5, 6, 7 years difference than like quite a bit of our friends. And it's funny, like the different, like I think technically it's a generational gap. I'm not sure, but it's just funny, like the differences. Like our roommate didn't know who Hillary Duff was, and I'm like, how the fuck do you not know who Hillary Duff is? But it's just like crazy to me. I don't know. Have you ever seen Rise of the Planet of the Apes? I've seen a bunch of the Planet of the Ape movies. I just don't remember which one. I've seen like the first couple, and I've seen the one with what's his face in it. Dave something. What the fuck is his name? No, wait, that's his brother's name, isn't it? His brother's name is Dave. Ah, shit. Crap, what is his name? Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Who am I thinking of? James Franco. I was thinking of Dave Franco. So James Franco. I've seen that one. So yes, I think that one is Rise of the Planet of the Apes, right? Well, I have that experience. I'm not sure if you were talking to Mikey or me, but yeah. I understand that I still have my cap and gown in my closet. I don't. I threw away a bunch of my stuff from high school. I kept my sweatpants though for a very long time because they had the year 13 and senior up on the leg, and I kept those sweatpants for a very long time because they were the most comfortable sweatpants. That, and they cost like a freaking fortune because they came from like one of those companies. What is it, like Jostens or something? Whatever was the fancy school the place that did your rings, the coats, yearbooks, like that type of company. And so it was really expensive. But I don't think I still have my cap and gown. I had my prom dress for a while, but I think I threw that out a couple years ago, actually. I used to have quite a bit of my old dresses. I would not be able to fit in those now. Nor would I want to. My dad started talking to me 5 years ago, so don't say people treat you the same when they know you are gay. So, speaking of dads, So I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I think it's been a hot minute. So I have daddy issues. Go figure. Um, but my biological father is still alive, but I have not seen him in like 13, 14 years. And he called me the other day, and he was like, there's like a whole history there, so I don't know if you guys want to know the whole history or whatever. Like, I'm completely open to talking about it, but it's quite a whole thing. But anyway, so he called me the other day, and I didn't answer at first because I was like, I'm busy. Like, I'll just call him later or whatever. But whenever I knew it was going to happen. Usually whenever he leaves a voicemail, it sounds so urgent. And so I'm like, shit, I'm like, my grandma died or something. So, but it wasn't. So I called him back, and then he's like, so, I've been thinking that it's been a while, and, like, I was thinking about coming to, like, see you and, like, get a plane ticket and, or whatever, and coming to see you. And he said, how do you feel about that? And I took the longest pause, because I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. It was so, I think I was thrown off too, because I'm like, what? I'm like, why now? And I did. So, I was proud of myself though, because I've never stood up to him before. And I was like, I told him, and I was like, I'm like, well, if it's genuine, then yeah, I want to see you. And so he started to he changed it. He didn't start to change the subject. He changed the subject. And I was like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, wait. So I'm like, can I ask why now? Like, after 13, 14 years of nothing, why now? He was just like, well, like, I really do want to see you, and I just don't really have an excuse as to, like, why I haven't made an effort the past couple years, and, you know, all that. And I was like, okay. And so we'll see. So what I told him, like, I was like, if you're gonna come and visit me, fine. Like, he wants to start over new, so I said, I'm like, if you want to start over new, I'll give you one more chance. And so pretty much he was like, okay, April or May, like, one of those months, let me know what dates you're available, and we can, like, figure out something for me to come out there for, like, a weekend or whatever. Meanwhile, Anna and I have been together for, like, 4.5 years, and he's never met Anna. Well, because I haven't seen him in 13, 14 years, so, so he is trying to come here, and I still am having an issue trying to figure out if it's genuine or not, because he's done this before. He's done the thing where he said he was gonna come and visit me, and then he just flat out doesn't show up. So, we'll see if he's gonna show up this time. I want to have the benefit of the doubt, but whenever someone has done the same exact thing to you multiple times, you can't help but, like, be a little bit cautious. So, but I'm proud of myself though, because for once I did stand up for myself with him, and I'm like, why now? After all these years. A part of me thinks it's because his health isn't doing so well, and so, like, now he feels really bad for, like, not seeing me or whatever, I guess. Meanwhile, I'm his only child, and so I'm his only child, and I'm the only grandchild. There's stepchildren. Like, don't get me wrong, there's stepchildren, but, like, I'm the only biological child and biological grandchild. But I'm like, Meanwhile, I have not seen anybody from that side of the family in 13, 14 years. And I just, still what gets me in my mind is, because I asked him, like, why now? You know, whatever. And he said, well, he's like, I didn't want to bother you. And I'm like, you're my dad. And I'm like, you're supposed to bother me. But whatever. We'll see. We'll see. I think, and he lives back in Arizona, and Anna, well, as soon as I got off that conversation with him, I love Arizona, and so does Anna. And Anna's like, oh, why don't we just go out there, because we love it there, like, a lot. We'll just go and visit. And then I was like, no, because this isn't like a visit. This isn't like a vacation-y type thing. It's he needs to do this. He needs to make this step. He needs to make up for all that time. So he needs to spend that money. He needs to come down. He needs to, like, make that effort, not us. And so she's like, no, you're right. So we'll see. I think Anna is she's very interested in, like, meeting him, I think, because, like, she's never met my biological father. So she's like, I want to meet him just because, like it's something new about you that I've never seen before. After being with someone for, like, several years, you know, you're like, you know, new things are kind of hard to come by because you've been with someone for that long. And so, she's very interested. Don't get me wrong. I'm interested too. But my only issue is like, I don't even know what he looks like. I don't have a Facebook. He doesn't have a Facebook. Like, I don't think he has any social media of any kind. So yeah, I have, like, Twitter, and I have a Snapchat that I never use. But yeah, it's like, we'll see. I don't know. Pretty crazy. And he knows I'm gay, though. He knows I'm gay. He knows I'm married to Anna. But other than that, he knows nothing else. He didn't know it was my birthday. Well, I don't think... He didn't remember, at least. It was my birthday last month. Which, whenever he called me the other day, failed to say, oh, happy late birthday, by the way. He just doesn't... He doesn't know anything about me. He doesn't know what I look like. I think it's pretty crazy. Like, if that were anyone else... like, I would have been like, no, I don't want to see you. Like, why? It's been so long. Why? Like, I think it's because you're, like, biologically attached to that person. And so it gives you a little bit of an extra chance there. But I don't know. So it almost feels like a guilt trip when my dad leaves a voicemail. Yeah, I get that. He's very much like that too. So what he'll do is he'll call me, like, maybe once a year, and he calls and he's like, so, I need to talk with you about something. So if you can, just call me back. And then I'm like, shit. I never answer his first phone call. I just let it go to voicemail, and then he leaves me a voicemail like that, and then I'm like, shit. I'm like, let me just get it over with. So I have a feeling what he would do, because when my grandfather passed away, he called my mother. And my mom had to tell me my grandfather passed away. So I think if in the case of, like, if anyone else passed away, you would just probably call my mother, and then my mother would have to tell me. But I don't know. Now he only calls me around important days. Shit, mine doesn't even call me around important days. Mine just calls me out of a whim, like, once a year. Probably because maybe he's, like, super bored or something. I love it too. You love what? Daddy issues? Every summer since 10, I was sent to church camp when I was where I was made and felt like I was God's mistake and should not exist, then my parents send me to conversion camp. So please don't say people treat you the same. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Luckily, I didn't have to deal with any of like that type of stuff. A large part of my family is very, very religious, and I've had some issues with a couple of family members with that type of stuff. But pretty much I'm just like, I don't give a shit. Luckily, whenever I came out, it was like I came out at 19 when I came out as bisexual at 19, but then came out as a lesbian at 21. So I was an adult by that time. And so, like, they couldn't do anything. By that time, I had my own house and my own place to live and my own bills. So it's not like anyone could hold anything over me. You can't force me to go to, like, a conversion camp at that age or anything. But, oh, yeah. I just don't understand, like, why... I don't know. It's none of your business. You know what I'm saying? Like... If you want to be gay, if you want to be bisexual, if you want to be a male or female, if you do whatever the hell you want to do, it is not anyone else's business what you do with your life. And that's like, I'm such an advocate for just do whatever the fuck you want to do, because you only live once. Do what you want to do. Don't live your life being something that someone else wants you to be. I'm very close with my parents, and there's sometimes where, like, I'll have a conversation with them where if they say something or whatever, and I'm like, I don't agree with you, like, or I don't want to be like that, or I'm not gonna do that, or, like, because I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to do. And I think it's because for so long I didn't, and now I'm just super stubborn, and, like, I'm sorry. I was miserable for so long because I was trying to be, and not to my parents, by the way, because they don't give a shit, like, whether I'm gay, straight, like, whatever. But for anyone else, like, you know, I was trying to be perfect for other people, or what I thought was perfect, or what they thought was perfect. And now I'm like, I don't give a shit. So we'll just play it by ear and see how it goes. I think so. We'll see if he's even gonna show. If he'll show, then we'll go from there. Same, also have major daddy issues. A lot of people have daddy issues, I feel like. Anna has daddy issues. I have daddy issues. We all got daddy issues. No, but my stepdad, I consider him my real father, because he's been there. And he is my real father. My biological father is the one who's only getting another chance, because he's technically my biological father. But after this, and normally, you know what's funny is normally I'm like, I don't give a shit. Blood doesn't make you family. I'm such a person that blood doesn't make you family. Like, love makes you family. If you love someone, they're your family. But Arizona, I came in at an odd time. Well, I read it at an odd time too, I think. But yeah, I love Arizona so much. I love any place out west. We want to go visit either Arizona soon or Colorado. Or Colorado, however you say that. Mainly Colorado. I'm sorry, I can't say Colorado. I have to say Colorado. We want to go visit Colorado. Because I've never been to Colorado, and Anna loves it over there, and I just love mountains flat out, so we want to go visit there soon. So we'll see whenever we can be able to do that. Well, you say if you want to be male or female, you were born one gender. People that are trans are not a full man or woman. Many trans people have spoke out about that. I mean, agree to disagree on that subject. It just goes with the whole aspect of you be whoever you want to be. You do whatever you want to do. I don't know. I love people, and it's funny. I hate people, but I love people. So, like, because just do whatever the hell you want to do. Be whoever you want to be. I know that sounds super cheesy, but who cares? Who cares whether I'm female or male? I mean, honestly. And if you do, then you have got, your life is boring as and sad as hell if you're worried about whether I'm a male or a female. If you have to butt into my life in my business, then you are miserable. I'm not saying that to you, Mikey. I'm just saying that, like, in general. I hope you don't think I was talking, like, directly to you or anything. But that's just my whole point. Like, are you really that miserable of a person that you have to butt into my life and try to get me to be whatever you think I should be? I don't know. Just be you. Whatever makes you feel like you are you. Be it. Do it. That's the same aspect that, like, the government, oh my God, the government shouldn't tell you who you should and shouldn't be with. And, politicians, who else? Religious groups, anyone, they should not tell you who you should and shouldn't be, or who you should and shouldn't be with, or how to live your life. It irritates the living shit out of me when people do that. Colorado is beautiful. Did a train ride from Durango to Silverton as a kid. Anna might know what I'm talking about. Oh, she probably does. She loves it out there. I have no idea what you're talking about because I've never been, but I want to go so bad. Well, if that is the case, then people can be who they want to be and live that way. I agree. I just don't understand. But I don't you know what's crazy is I don't understand it. Why do people care? Why? Why do they care who I sleep with? I mean, honestly, why? Is it because they're so surprised that something is different than they are? It's different than how they live, so then they think however they live is perfect, and so they just want for everyone else to live that way too. I never understood it. Even when I thought I was straight, never understood it. Because my sister came out first. My sister came out, and then people were like that to her or about her. They would, like, come to me and talk to me, and, like, they were like, how do you feel about your sister being gay? And I'm like, I don't know how I felt about her before she wasn't gay, like, or before she came out. Like, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care who she sleeps with. It doesn't bother me. You know? I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I really do wish that, like, it was a normal thing. I wish that, you know what? No, I don't. I wish it was a normal thing, as in, like, people didn't have hate towards the LGBT community, but I love how we are different in the same aspect. Because, yeah, we are different. We can celebrate the fact that we're different, but why do we have to be different? Why do we have to come out? Why do we have to do all these certain things? Why is it such a big deal for someone to be gay versus not? But I think it'll be like that for a long time, though. I agree. Blood doesn't make you family. Every relationship reciprocal, you cultivate it. I think you mean, like, reciprocated. Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think love makes you family. I don't think blood makes you family. I don't know. I think it's just because the fact that he is blood is why he's getting a second chance. Or, like, a fifth chance. But this is the last time, though. And anyone who really knows me knows that anytime I say this is the last chance, it'll be the last chance. It'll be done. So we'll see. The only time when I would, like, maybe see them in a different type of scenario is a death in the family or something. And I don't wish that, of course, like, knock on wood, but I'm just saying, you know. I really want you to order a ton of shit from Bubba Gump Shrimp Company soon. Mikey, I love how you always bring things back to food. No, I haven't been. I still haven't been. We haven't really been. Since Anna quit her job, I want to take her to go she wants to go to this restaurant because she loves crab. I love crab too, but not as much as she does. And so I want to take her to this crab restaurant. I have to freaking figure out what restaurant it is though, but, so we'll see. Hopefully it'll be soon, but that's another reason why I'm not streaming tomorrow, and why I switched it to today, because we are going to dinner with my parents and we're going to celebrate her new career. So Wednesday was the only day we could do it. So I was like, well, I'll just stream like a day before or a day after, but yep. Agree on family too. If I don't know you or love you, why would I care about you? I literally have one cousin I honestly love and have people calling me cuz that I can't freaking stand. Yep. I get that. If you don't, I'm sorry, but if you don't, like, love those family members, don't, like, they're not your family. They're only your family by blood, you know? I don't know. That's just the way that my mindset is. Because the people that have always supported me and loved me no matter what are people who, well, of course, a lot of my blood-related relatives, they support me 100%, but I mean, like, other people too who aren't blood have supported me. So, you know, I have to go. Hope everything goes well. Bye, Francesca. I'll see you it should be next Wednesday. Everything should be back on track. But anywho's, yeah, that's some crazy stuff that's been happening with me lately. So yeah, there's that. And like I said, work has been crazy. Work has been crazy busy. And then Anna's new business stuff. I'm trying to think. What else has been crazy? Just everything. Just a combination of everything. I don't know. But yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, I should probably jump off of here. Super excited about Bridgerton coming out. You guys need to, if you haven't seen Bridgerton, go check it out. It's on Netflix. It's very binge watchable, so watch out for that. And I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about before I jump off? I think Bridgerton, there's a couple of trailer reactions that are coming out. Bridgerton season 2 is coming out tomorrow. And then a couple of other shows that I'm going to end up doing, those trailer reactions are coming out soon too. And then Bridgerton. And then streaming next Wednesday, so, but yeah, you know me, food is always on my mind, especially after my gym workout. Of course. My daughter was Chucky 3 straight years. That's awesome. I still need to finish that too. I need to finish Chucky, which it'll probably just end up having to be on Patreon though. I just texted my dad telling him I'm into both guys and girls. Look at you go. That's crazy. Watch In the Cold trailer ASAP. Okay, I'll watch it. I will. I'll watch it, and I'll tweet you back after I'm done watching it so you know I watched it. But, Shania, I'm very proud of you. Good to go. For Halloween, she's 12, and I'm mad I framed this now. Is she going to be Chucky again next year? Alrighty, guys. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye, guys.